Question. So without further ado, welcome Nicole Oliver and M.A. Larson. Go ahead, take a seat. Larson, here. These are chairs you can sit on.
Thank you.
These are.
That's not how we do it in the States.
We actually have chairs for people to sit on. Don't worry, all right? Don't worry.
Is this working? Is it working? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 That's fun.
Hi, team.
How are you two doing? What?
Fantastic. Yeah. And you?
Shut your mouth this time.
What?
What? Sprechen Sie English? Ja? I don't know. Thank you.
So we have two fantastic people here, right here. I see we have cues too. That's
Okay.
good. So you two are ready for some questions?
Bring it.
Yes.
Good, good.
You take
So
those guys, I'll take
we'll
these guys.
start over here. First question, please.
Guten Tag.
Hello.
Yeah, it is. First of all,
Loud and clearly, please.
yeah. First of all, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is better. First of all, thank you for coming here. It's so nice to have you. And welcome to Germany.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. You have a lovely country.
Thank you. We work hard on it. And my question is for Mr. Larson. My favorite episode of all time is Cutie Chronicles. And in there...
We were just talking about that.
All right.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't write that one, though.
Okay. And yeah, in that episode, we learn that the cutie mark represents what makes a pony special. What is makes her as an individual special.
Yep.
And then in what's called a Magical Mystery Cure, we also learn that the cutie mark kind of represents the standing of the pony in society, like what is its special niche in pony society. So my question is, it's considering these two factors, what exactly is a cutie mark?
Oh, God. Who let that guy through? You're supposed to say, who's best pony?
Yeah.
They're smart in Germany, yeah? Hey, my God.
Well,
We ask for tough questions in Germany.
yeah, no kidding.
What is a cutie mark?
It's
It's noun. Do you want some help, Larson?
It's the first thing you said. It's a representation of ponies' individual gifts and characteristics.
So what would your cutie mark be?
Well, I'm at the moment writing my master's thesis, so I'm not really sure if I've already found it.
There you go.
I wrote one of those a few years ago. At the time, my cutie mark would have been lack of sleep. I understand. Totally. I think a cutie mark it appears at a certain point, right, when you've kind of, it's like a rite of passage, when you've established a more concrete footing in who you are and who you can be. it's not, I don't believe it's determinate. I don't think it restricts you, but it provides you a pathway for further exploration of yourself.
That's exactly right.
There you go.
Thank you for that.
And I'm now going to refer all questions
The
to
fawns.
Nicole.
You're not getting out of it that easily. No, 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 no.
Okay, over
So
here.
we have another question here.
Come on, fawns. Yo. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for taking the time to answer my question, if you so choose. My question is actually for Nicole Oliver. So you've obviously inspired probably a lot of people to, you've probably inspired a lot of people to go either into voice acting or just in general inspired them based on your acting roles.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm inspired right now.
Yeah. But I'm curious, actually, if there was anyone, and forgive me if this question may be a bit personal, but
No.
if there was anyone in, whether they were a historical figure or familial figure, if there was anyone in your life who inspired you to become the woman you are today.
Wow.
Other than me.
Mitch Larson will always be my first answer. I just knew I always wanted to perform, and I was fortunate enough to have parents who supported me in pursuing my dreams. So I was really lucky. But they did insist that I get an education as well, and I'm glad I did. And in addition to, all I've done is been an actor, but I also went back to school and got my master's a few years ago, just so I could feel smart again and not sleep for a while, apparently. But Audrey Hepburn was an actress that inspired me greatly. In terms of voice work, Mel Blanc. And there's an actress, her name is, Maggie Smith, Dame Maggie Smith.
Love her.
Yeah.
I did, one of my first high school plays was The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, and she did the feature film version. And I remember walking out onto the stage, saying my first line, and then the next thing I knew, it was the applause and the play was over. I don't know what happened in the middle. Apparently I did okay. But that was when I got hooked. And Ava Marie Saint is another actress. She was quite big in the time of Alfred Hitchcock films, and I was fortunate enough to work on a movie with her near the beginning of my career, and she offered me some really fantastic advice about women working in the business, about trying to have a life as well as a creative life, but a real life too, and about always keeping, we as performers give so much out, or as artists, so much out, but it's important to keep some for you too, so that you can keep giving. So those have been my inspirations, and I am continued to be inspired, so.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from here, please.
Hi, this one's for Nicole. I wanted to ask, what was your favorite episode you worked so far on?
You've come such a long, long way.
Mine too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good answer.
Larson is pleased. Next, please.
Hello.
Hello.
This question is for Mr. Larson. If you can make an episode about a character like Celestia or Lunia, who would you like to make and why?
Yeah, Mitch, who?
Cadence, obviously. I've always wanted to do just a day in the life of Celestia. I think would be the most amazing episode. Just a normal, everyday, where she's not being the princess. She's just like going out for donuts and getting her car fixed and things like that. In Ponyville Confidential, there's the article where she's eating cake, and she has the picture of her eating cake. In the script, it was she's coming out of the gym in her sweatpants and with her bag. And there's like a picture of her, candid picture of her. I want to see that Celestia who's just going to the gym. So I'd love to do that.
But she doesn't sweat.
That's true.
That's true. She glows.
She sweats magic.
Yeah, she perspires magical inspiration.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Next one, please.
Vodka.
Hi.
Hi.
A question for Nicole. Sorry.
What's your name?
Patrick,
Hello.
I've heard you like making accents and funny voices,
Yeah?
and I would like you to give us a German impression.
It's a German impression!
That's
Can you
Pinkie
give us a
Pie.
German
Want me to do
accent?
now? Pinkie Pie, 20% cooler, yeah!
And Mitch, how about you?
Me? I don't do accents. I'm sorry. No. I could write it.
Do it. And another question, since you have come such a long way, I would like to ask, are you going to do something special here in Germany, or have you experienced something funny on your way here?
I took the TGV from Paris here with my family.
That was really fast. That was really, really, really fast.
This is special. I'm thinking like that coming all this way to see all of you and having all of you come to see us is
Hello?
Turn off your phones.
overwhelming and special and turn off your phone. Humbling. Slightly annoying, but yeah, it's good. No, this is really special. This is great. I mean, I'm hoping to have a little bit of time to look around Ludwigsburg. I went to the Mercedes Museum yesterday with my boys.
Hello?
And my husband, and I love cars, like love cars. So that was outstanding. That was really freaking cool. So yeah.
And I just thought of an episode. So Celestia's trying to buy a new car, a classic car,
Yeah.
like on eBay,
Yeah.
but she keeps getting outbid. And
By
it turns
Luna?
out in the end it's going to be Luna.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Watch for it, season 7.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Next one from this line, please.
Your
Is this good?
turn.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Loud and clearly, please.
Is that okay?
That's beautiful.
Yeah!
Okay, thanks. I want to ask something from M.A. Larson. Since you've written a book recently, what would you say is the main difference between writing a book and writing for a cartoon?
Wait. You wrote a book?
Yes, buy my book.
I had no idea you wrote a book.
Oh, for me? Aw.
It's radically different. I hadn't written prose since I was in school, and just the logistics of it. If you write a script, it's all in present tense, and you're trying to use as few words as humanly possible. You're not trying to make pretty sentences or whatever. And in a book, it's all past tense, and you have a lot more leeway with what you can say. You don't have to worry about page count. I have so many little tricks to make a script be 30 pages instead of 33 with the exact same content. But you don't have to worry about that with the book. So I recently reread the book, and I can see a lot of my screenwriting tendencies gone through and bad habits that I've developed writing scripts. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. You should still buy it.
Next one, please.
Hello?
Hello.
I wanted to ask to M.A. Larson and Nicole Oliver. First one, Nicole. The question is, you do voice acting, but is it from talent or did you study it? First one.
Oh, well, yes, I'm naturally gifted. No, I've always wanted to, and I think you have to have a desire first to want to put yourself out there. But I did train. I trained at York University in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I got my Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Theatre. And then I was lucky enough to go to Oxford to study at the British American Drama Academy.
Like Oxford, like the Oxford?
Like the Oxford. I lived in Balliol Tower. It was really exciting. And I worked with Jeremy Irons, if you know who he is. He's one of my...
You have no idea.
No idea. Google him. He's lovely. And then I think taking classes is really important, but I've also been very fortunate to work with some incredibly talented people, and so I watch them. I try and soak up everything like a sponge, and borrowing is the most sincere form of flattery. So, always learning.
Your cutie mark is a microphone then. For voice acting, your cutie mark.
What is what, sir?
Your cutie mark.
What's my cutie mark?
Should be a microphone then.
My cutie mark is always evolving. And I'm going to leave it at that.
And I wanted to ask the same question for you, Mr. Larson. Not about the cutie mark, but about is it from study that you write scripts, or is it talent?
I went to film school, which was a giant waste of time and money. I would not recommend it to anybody.
Don't listen. Not good advice.
I'm actually a college dropout. I never graduated. So I didn't really start learning how to do it properly till I just started reading things, reading scripts as many as you can, reading books, reading stories, just learning it that way. So I don't know, if you want to get into screenwriting, I guess it helps to have some formal classes and things like that, but the best thing to do is just read. And there's a lot of ways to find great scripts online. Just read them, and then you learn how to do it.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. So the takeaway of that answer is don't go to college.
Hi.
Hi.
Now that you've written a book, would you prefer to keep writing prose and novels compared to script writing? I mean, if you could pick one or the other.
Yes. I feel like I had a lot more freedom writing a book, even when I got involved with Penguin Publishing and sold it to a movie studio. It was a lot more sort of what I wanted it to be. With the script, you're obviously writing it for someone, and there's a lot of collaboration that happens. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed writing prose. On a practical level, there's a lot more money in screenwriting. So if I could do a mix of both, that would be great. But writing a script is much more like drawing a blueprint as opposed to drawing an actual piece of art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Next one, please.
Okay. Little children's cartoons are, by their nature, caricatures, right? For example, Kids Next Door or Ed, Edd and Eddy are caricatures of children's life in suburban America, right? What is My Little Pony caricature of, according to you, Mr. Larson?
I think it's caricature. I think they're more iconic representations, right? Caricature implies archetypes, right? Yeah.
It's sort of a utopia, I think, of a world where people are just kind to each other and genuine, and even when the town is being destroyed every week, people's hearts are good and happy and nice. It's just nice. So I think it's sort of less a character than a wish fulfillment.
So town getting destroyed every week. is that part of the caricature or is that real fantasy?
These questions are way too hard. Stop it. It's part of it, nature of it being a,
You need conflict.
you need a conflict. Yeah, things have to be destroyed.
You need conflict to have a teachable moment so that you can learn, grow, and evolve. Right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes. And it's going to be revealed.
That sounds like the kind of thing you'd like more in real life.
Hi.
So you're next.
This is for Emma Larson. If you could put a reference to anything you wanted in the show without any legal repercussion, like a book, a brand, without your book, not your book, what would it be?
I think I already did that. In my very first episode I wrote called Swarm of the Century, I put a reference in there to my all-time favorite movie that nobody in the world would get. It's a movie called The Commitments.
What? It's called what?
The Commitments.
Commitments.
It's my favorite.
The Irish rock band.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's my favorite movie
Good
ever.
movie.
And I put a reference to it in Swarm of the Century just because it would make me laugh.
Commitments.
I didn't think anybody would actually see it, and I don't think anybody has.
Write it down, watch the movie.
Yeah, it's a
and then
great
tweet
movie.
Mitch all about it.
So you're done?
I think I already did it, yeah. That's the one I would want to do. Or Apocalypse Now. If I can get an Apocalypse Now reference in, then I'll be happy. I'm going to find a way to do that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Celestia's going to go Colonel Kurtz. She's going to go up the river. Twilight will have to bring her back. I love this. Season 8.
Season 8! Yeah!
Thank you very much.
You can do that, right? The horror of the horror.
Next one, please.
Yes.
Hello. I have a question and I hope it's okay to ask. At the end of season 4, we learned something about the history of the princesses and Tyrek and his brother Scorpion. And we learned that Scorpion betrayed his brother, and I'm just curious, what happened with Scorpion?
I think this one's for you.
You guys have seen up to where? What episode have you seen up to?
They've seen the whole thing.
You've seen all up to the end of
So he's
season 4?
That's what he's talking about.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think happened to him? I'm very afraid. You see, there's Hasbro lawyers. They're in the rafters and they're waiting for me to say one wrong thing, and they're gonna, you know. So.
Well, in my head canon, so.
What? Sorry, head canon? Yes.
Okay. Well, I think he's not gone for good. He is somewhere out there, and I hope that he will make an appearance sometime later. But I know I can ask that. It's okay. But I would really like to see what kind of character he is, and I would really like to got the explanation of the happenings from him. So why did he do what he did?
I think there's a lot of, in equestrian in general, a lot of duality. Do you understand what I mean? Right? There's the sun, there's the moon, there's good, there's evil, there's brashness, there's shyness, those opposing forces, and somewhere in the middle exists all of us. So that's just another example of that kind of you know, the force, good, bad. I love Star Wars, by the way, so if I can get any answer back to a Star Wars reference, I'll be happy.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, Tyrek, I am your father. Something like that, you know? Yeah.
But the short answer is it Scorpion?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's Celestia's ex-husband.
Mr. Larson.
The Hasbro snipers have locked and loaded.
You just destroyed so many fan fictions.
But I launched 1,000 more.
I'm sure he takes pleasure in it, so.
Celestia has many ex-husbands. You'll see. You'll see.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one, please.
First of all, hello. I've got
Loud and clearly,
Just
please.
talk right in the middle of the mic there, love.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I got 2 questions. The first one is for you two. How do you prepare for cons like this? How is the travel? How do you make the reservations?
I eat a
What
lot
do
of
you
bran. I sleep. I do a lot of push-ups. No. I do eat a lot of bran every day, though. So I'm telling you, as you get older,
You're going to want to eat a lot of bran. It's good for you.
how do we prepare for conventions like this? Wow. I mean, this is an over. I mean, if you're nervous coming up to talk to us, we have that same. This is overwhelming. And this is amazing that we've done something that have caused everyone to join here as a community. I mean, that's just incredible. And so we just, chuck some underwear in the bag, back it up. In my case, I have my kids and my husband with me, and we decided to make a big journey out of it. So there's a lot of preparation to come. But in terms of interfacing with all of you, I may get on the internet and I may look at past episodes that I recorded in 2006 to remind myself of some details, because y'all's memory is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so some of that, yeah. Do you, Mitchell?
Yes, I've rewatched many episodes just to refresh my memory because it was years ago. But honestly, like a thing like this, it's just talking about the scripts that I've written. There's not much preparation to do. It's fun. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe anybody actually cares about something I wrote. And yeah, it's been, 4 years since it premiered. I've been to 10 of these conventions, and it's still surreal that this is happening right now.
Yeah.
So it's just, I have a lot of fun. It's just fun.
So you don't prepare at all? Or?
Well, I have to.
You can tell by the quality of my answers that I don't prepare at all.
I have to, well.
The panel that I'm doing tomorrow about my secret panel, I've prepared. I have 3 pages of notes.
He has notes.
Yeah, come to that and buy my
That's a
book.
little spoiler. It's going to be good.
It's going to be exciting.
Okay.
The second question is for you, Nicole.
Oh, yes.
Where did you get this hat?
Isn't it great?
It's a fabulous hat.
I got it from a vendor at BabsCon in San Francisco. And I will look up her name and I'll let you know, and you guys can all bug her because
It's a
she's
fabulous
awesome.
hat.
She makes hats of most of the Cutie marks. And I thought I would kind of, embrace my inner Celestia for all of you today. So that's what's happened there. Let me look up her business name and I'll shout it out randomly at some point.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Next one, please.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good
4, 5,
episode.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, sorry. This is a question for both of you. Do you think that Celestia and Luna were born as alicorns, or have Larson's ancestors gave them wings?
What did you say?
They were born as alicorns with Larson's ancestors.
Your ancestors? So I mean, oh my God.
Red Bull gave me wings.
Mitch?
I mean, I can't follow that. It's a great question.
That's a great question.
I think we all know the answer, right? They were, there was an ancient writer who was given the assignment to give them wings, and that's what happened. On a stone tablet. And everybody thought Equestria was ruined, but it wasn't. It's the best I can do.
There you go. There you go.
Next
There's
question.
your answer.
Next
Ancient,
question.
Yes, ancient.
ancient art of giving ponies wings.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Written in cuneiform on a temple.
Next one, please.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Thomas, and I have first question for both of you.
Okay.
This is a simple question. Who is your favorite pony and why?
There we go.
Simple question.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
That is not a simple question, sir.
Well, who's your favorite pony?
Me?
Which one of you, though?
My favorite pony is Discord, although he's not really a pony, but I want to date him.
I can't believe you asked me that when I'm sitting next to Nicole. Cheerily, obviously, he's the best.
Oh, Mitchell, thanks. What are you doing later?
I'm staying here.
Okay, hi. Next question?
Yeah, next question is for Nicole. I was wondering, have you ever had like an accident in shopping center when someone noticed you and wanted you to voice act? Or maybe you have fun in like a shop with toys and started acting like Princess Celestia to a Celestia toy. And some kids gone, "Wah!"
Yes, I have had some people recognize me. It's quite overwhelming and humbling. But when I was at Equestria LA, I went to Build-A-Bear, and they have Build-A-Ponies. And I talked to the manager, and I stood by this area, and I helped little kids pick out, and big kids, pick out their ponies, and pretended I worked there for about 45 minutes and stuffed them. And then at the end, I would say, "And here's your pony from Princess Celestia." And they go, "Gah!" So that was kind of fun. I mean, it's fun. You get to trip around with people. That's kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm a prankster in general. I like doing lots of stuff like that. I mean, you know, I went and sat in the front row. I'm up for all sorts of random stuff. So just hold on. There's more stuff coming.
Yeah, so my last question, this will be last question. I always
Make it quick.
Yeah. I always wanted to ask how you, well, this show was meant for little girls. How did you feel when you realized you had a bit different audience, actually?
Well, who am I to judge? Isn't that what the show's about? I mean, if the show speaks to you, then that's fantastic. And judges and haters, I've always been very clear I have no time for. So I'm glad you all like it. That's awesome.
Bazam!
Yeah, bizam!
Yeah.
I was the first time I ever saw it. Lauren showed me this video of a bunch of Russian like boys at this sort of day camp singing winter wrap up, like 30 or 40 of them in thick Russian accents, and I was just like, "This is Russia! Like that's crazy." First of all, that they know the song, and that was just mind blowing to me. But yeah, I thought it was cool because I really liked the scripts that I had written. And I didn't think of it as like, oh, My Little Pony brushing manes and all that kind of stuff. Like the 80s, that's what I thought it was in the 80s. So I was really excited about it. I was like, oh, wow, somebody's actually watching a show that I work on. That's incredible. But then I never would have expected this.
Well, the scripts are pretty good, Mitch.
What's that?
The scripts are pretty good, Mitch.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just as a quick reminder, of course we love the questions, but make sure to keep it to one if you can, because we have lots of people wanting to ask questions and only so much time. So if you can, please limit yourself to one question. Thank you. Your turn, please.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, this is just one question. If you were to cross over My Little Pony with a favorite movie or TV show of yours, what would it be?
Friends. Well, I mean, Star Wars, obviously, but I thought I'd go in a different direction. What's your name?
Nicole.
Yeah, it is. No. Yeah. How old are you?
Hi.
How old are you?
14.
Come here, Nicole.
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yay.
Welcome.
Yay.
Next one, please.
Okay, this one's mostly for Nicole. Since now you and any other voice actors, now you own character like your pocket, do you sometimes make suggestions on how they should behave on a scene? And do writers actually consider those suggestions?
Do I make suggestions and does Mitch listen to me? No! Yes, I do, and no, he doesn't. When we're recording, the scripts are done by the time we get them. But I always say that, I mean, one thing that we did do in the room on the first record for the very first episode is we realized we wouldn't say someone, we would say some pony. We wouldn't say ladies and gentlemen, we would say, you know, fillies and gentle colts. And so that happened in the room with the cast.
I didn't know that.
We wouldn't say that, and so that evolved during the first records.
Wow.
That notion of kind of getting that making Equestria seem more alive with pony language and pony references as opposed to one, right? So we've done that. And there's been times when we're doing scenes and the way it's been written, and this is true for on-camera work as well. When you're embodying a character and you've been playing them for quite some time, you know your character wouldn't...
Hello? Everybody okay? It's all right, okay.
You wouldn't, you see a line, you go, no, my character wouldn't say it. It would say it this way or that way. And usually if it's presented in a respectful enough manner, it'll be listened to and kept in, usually. But no, I mean, I try and pitch him ideas all the time. I'm still waiting for my bowling episode, but anyway.
Here's how she pitches ideas. Can I have another song? Can I have a song?
Have a song?
I want to sing.
I want to sing again. Want another song? Yeah.
No, we live in different countries. We only ever see each other at conventions like this. So there's not really a...
It's probably good because the world would probably explode if we hung around too much, I think. So.
You guys are bringing us together.
Yeah.
Over here. Thank you. Next one, please.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, have you ever read the MLP comics and thought, why didn't we think of this?
Have I, say it again? Have we?
Read the
comics. If you ever read them and thought, why didn't we think of this? Why didn't we make an episode of this?
That's exactly why I don't read them.
That's why he doesn't read them. We can't.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. There's too many, the books and the comics and the fan stuff. There's just too many ideas, so we're not supposed to really look at any of that stuff.
But I do, and and they're great. They're great. I mean, I just think it's really amazing how this has inspired so much. Like during the opening ceremonies, Mitch and I were looking up at, the community artists and it's amazing how many people have found their creative groove because of My Little Pony. It's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. I'm really nervous.
That's okay.
My
So am I.
question is for you, Ms. Oliver, and it's about if you get a script and it's just say like, I'm a banana or something like this, and you have to make up the emotion. How do you train that? Like, do you imagine it first and then say it out loud, or do you try different type of emotions to say the phrase like it would be how the writer imagined it?
Well, we get our scripts before a recording session, so a lot of actors approach their work in different ways. I actually read the scripts and I break it down and I think about intentions and I think about tactics and what I want from the scene and how I would play it. And then there is a voice director and the producers are there during the record session, and sometimes there was a record session for season 5 where I said a line in a certain way that I knew if the fandom heard it, they would go bonkers, and I almost got away with it. And then they came back and they said, well, just to be on the safe side, can you please do that line in this way? So know that I'm always pushing the envelope. Whether it gets through or not, I don't know. We all do. So it's, we come with our own ideas, and we try it a couple of different ways. The great thing about recording the show is we're usually almost all together. I mean, Tara Strong actually came up to Vancouver where we recorded the show about a month ago, and we did a couple of shows together. That was great. We were all together in the same room. But even then, it's 5 or 6 of us together, and we feed off each other's energy. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Whereas Mitch writes alone in a room, all
in a
by
cold,
himself.
dark room
By himself.
by myself.
No one to love.
No windows.
Next one, please.
Hi, my question is for Mr. Larson. Are any of the episodes you've written or special aspects of them inspired by the fandom? And if yes, which?
No.
No.
No? Not at all?
We're not legally allowed to read fanfics or things like that, and we try to avoid it as much as possible, just to keep the. It's nearly impossible at this point, but the reason this all exists isn't because we were making a show for you guys. I know. Can you believe it? It was a show for kids, you know, and I think as much as we can continue to make the show for kids, the better. If we start trying to make it for you, you would immediately say, we're not interested, you know. Let's move on to something else. Plus, you guys can do that well enough yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to try to keep the creative team in a vacuum as much as possible and continue making the show as it has been. That's not to say little things don't sneak in, but definitely not storylines.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh look! Hey, look! It's the guy from Hasbro.
What?
It's a Hasbro sniper.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Next one.
Anyways, my question is for Ms. Oliver.
Yeah.
Since you've also been in live action acting as well as voice acting, what would be your most memorable moments from both sides?
Oh my goodness. I did a movie called Mosaic. It was an animated film. Stan Lee wrote the script, and I played and Anna Paquin, who's in True Blood, is one of the leads in it, and I got to work with her. But my animated character has a scene with Stan Lee, the janitor, and so I have a cell of my character with Stan Lee. So that's
awesome.
That was really epic and kind of like fangirl of me. I was like, trying to hold it together. On camera moments, I've worked with a lot of really great actors. I think probably one of the most, there was a gentleman named Robert Mitchum who was big movie star.
Get the hell out of here.
I worked with him on one of my first shows.
Oh my God.
And he's like iconic, like Cary Grant, Elizabeth Taylor, back in the golden days of Hollywood. And I was in 3 scenes in the show called African Skies with him, and it was one of my first jobs. And it took 2 days to film these 3 scenes because he would just stop and sit down and pour himself bourbon. That wasn't like apple juice; it was bourbon. And he'd light up a cigarette, and he'd just start talking about old Hollywood and all the glamour stars, and he would just talk about Audrey Hepburn or Elizabeth Taylor, and he would just go on and on and on and on. And then they go, okay, Mr. Mitchum, can we please do another take of the scene? We do another take, and then he would just stop. I also got to work with David Carradine for many years, and one of my first TV shows was Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Wow.
And for Warner Brothers, and I got to work with him when he was sober and when he was not sober, and that was pretty mind-blowing. So I've got a lot of stories like that. So it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Also, down with the Solar Tyrant. New Lunar Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one quick thing.
Can't we all just get along?
My thinking, exactly.
Hi.
Just real quick, because we want to make sure that people still get their things answered. Don't queue up anymore, please. We're starting to run out of time. So please do not queue up anymore. Thank you.
Okay.
So it's your turn, please.
As a voice actor, Nicole, you probably have a lot of different lines you gotta learn, and it's probably pretty hard to get them all separated. My question, did you ever caught yourself using those lines in a situation that pretty much fits in your daily life with your children or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, for voice acting, we actually have the scripts in front of us. So one of the challenges as a voice actor is you have to lift the words off the page, like literally. So even though it's right in front of you, you can't read it. You need to do your homework. So for on camera, if I have a 2-page monologue, I have to learn those and know it like that. If I have a 2-page monologue, which Celestia often does, then I am thankful that it's in front of me, but I still have to do all my preparation. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff. I mean, I have 2 children. I don't think it's a big shock that I play a lot of maternal or teacher-type roles. It's a big part of my personality. I believe in mentoring, and I can be nice. So those parts seem to come to me. So sometimes we quote things and have fun, and you know, I'm Zoe on Little's Pet Shop, so my niece loves it when I go, pose, pose, pose. She loves when I do that. So, you know, it's just kind of fun with that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not
Next
sure
one,
what
please.
pony you like. It's not clear.
This question for both of you. Feel free to tell me no if it's going to spoil anything, but the show never really goes over about how Princess Celestia and Luna become princesses or any family lineage. Would that ever be covered by any of you, or would that ever be discussed or mentioned or something?
Didn't you read the book?
Yeah, there's a book about that, I think.
There is a book.
Oh.
Yes, The Journal of the Two Sisters, written by Amy Keating Rogers.
But the real conflict happened with Scorpan and Celestia when he fell for Luna, which is why he left. So there's a lot there that didn't get covered in the book. And then there's all the alimony proceedings and all that stuff.
Then there's season 5. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The book is good. Read it. I love it.
There's a book called The Journal of the Two Sisters, written by Amy Keating Rogers, which I think covers that exact topic.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next one, please.
Okay, the next question is for M.A. Larson, and it's not pony related. I wanted to ask how it was working on Gravity Falls with this my favorite, second favorite, obviously, show right now.
It sucked. Sorry. It wasn't any fun at all.
No? Really?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
I came onto that show because Rob Renzetti, who's the story editor of My Little Pony, moved over to Gravity Falls, and so I went with him. And I came on so early. There were 3 outlines for me to read, and that was it.
Okay.
And it was just a mess.
Okay.
And I didn't enjoy it at all. So that's why I only wrote 1. Nothing against the show. I'm sure people. I've heard great things about the show.
Yeah. Watch it. Watch it. You all watch it. But who would? Yeah, interesting. Who would have guessed? Thank you.
Sure. Sorry. I know that's probably not a fun answer, but it was not fun.
Greetings.
Next one.
Hello.
How did you like it here in Germany?
Love it.
I love it.
It's an amazing country.
It's beautiful.
I was so freaked. I was here last October because I came to Brony Days in Paris, which was out of this world amazing. And I came to Germany the week before that and just kind of traveled around. And I was so freaked out before I came here because I don't speak a word of German, and I thought I was going to starve because I wouldn't be able to order any food and things like that. But everybody is so nice, and it's so easy to get around, and it's beautiful. Everywhere it goes, it's spectacularly beautiful. So I love Germany.
Well, after the episode Magical Mystery Cure, suddenly something happened. My American friend Quang Tran and I started our own My Little Pony series. My Little Pony Friendship on the Tracks.
Excellent.
A story about love, friends, care. Ponies, trains, people far apart, and a magical portal railroad put together. And I actually have some gifts to you.
Oh.
Could we do that after the panel, please? Because we still have some questions left in line.
Well, oh yes,
Would that be possible?
yes.
To do after the panel?
We'll find you after the panel. That's very sweet of you.
Thank
you
you
so
Well,
much.
thank you. And one thing, someday you should visit my country, Denmark.
Okay, love to.
Love to.
Love to.
Thank you.
Hello. I have a question about one of our...
Please, again, and close to the microphone.
I have a question about one of our favorite background ponies, Octavia. Which instrument does she play? Is it a cello or a double bass?
She plays the trumpet.
It's a cello. Come on, people.
No, it's a double
Come
bass.
on.
All right, next question.
It's a double cello.
Hello?
It's a double bass cello.
It's a double chillass.
Hello.
Hello.
And, this question is for Mr. Larson. In the first season, there was an episode about the Cutie Mark Crusaders, I think it was. And in one scene, there was a synthesizer music in the background, and in an interview with the musician William Andrews, I think.
Yeah, Anderson, yeah.
He said after that episode, he was told to never use synthesizers again.
Wow.
I don't know if it was you or Rob Ranzetti who did that. I forgot that, unfortunately. And do you think synthesizer music will come back eventually?
Not if he's been told not to. I think it was,
Okay.
I don't remember which episode you're talking about, but...
Well, in the scene, she was on the scooter, and
the
melody
composers...
is rather remarkable, but I can't hum it right now.
The composers and the musicians, they get their own notes from the network Hasbro. Right. So that's certainly nothing, the type of music choice in that has nothing to do with it's a different level. On the level of those snipers that drop down from the ceiling.
I don't know the answer,
Don't
sorry.
know the answer,
Okay.
sorry.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, though. Thanks for waiting in line.
Your turn, please.
Okay, so silly question. How long does it take to make a season?
A season?
Yeah.
You mean
From the
beginning to end?
Writing the stories to the final
18,
act.
19 months, probably. At least 2 years.
More than that.
Yeah, it's probably more than 2 years. From initial concept meetings to writing scripts.
Whoa.
I mean, by the time I see a script, it could be 5 months predated. Like the first pass was 5 months before I even get it. I don't get a script till it's final polish. And they've been working on it sometimes for half a year.
The dates that I know is Magical Mystery Cure aired in February of 2012. And is that right?
Is that
13.
That's the first season, right? Yeah.
Season 3.
That's season 3. So that
and
was...
I finished writing it in November the year before, like more than a year.
November 2011, and
Yeah,
then
so
we
a year
got it,
and several
we
months.
recorded it in 2012, and then it premiered in 2013.
And that was the writing of the final episode. So imagine the writing of all the ones previous to that, and that was a half season.
Because after we
It's
record,
long.
it still has to go through the process of being animated, right? And there's backgrounds and stuff they can reuse, but as we're recording, then it goes off to the fantastic animators and all the rest of that. So it's a long process.
I've never done the math, but it is a long time.
It's over 2 years for sure, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Sure.
you. Go ahead, please.
Hello, and I want to thank you for coming, both of you. And I wanted to ask you something about, it's a little personal, but I think maybe if you want, you can answer it. In your daily routine of your work, what is the moment like, or just one thing, or one little thing, or one major thing that makes you feel like, yes, I love my job. This is the best thing in this work I do. What is your favorite part?
Of our work?
Yes.
Well, I remember when I did the episode when Shirley and Big Mac get the
Uh-huh.
schmoopy-doo and all that.
Yeah.
recording that with Peter New was one of the funniest moments of my life. I swear to God, I peed my pants. Like, we were laughing so hard. It took us forever to try and get through a pass, because I'm here on this side of the recording room. He's over there. Our stands are facing each other. The mics are there. And so we're, I love you, my little shmoopy-doopy-doopy-doo. Yep, I love you, my turtle dove pie. Oh, you're just so great. And then the Cutie Mark, like Claire Corlett and those guys are there, and they're laughing. So I'm trying not to look at Michelle Creeper, because if I didn't, because she's like dying. She's out. And Peter and I are trying to do our thing, and then we got through a pass, and everyone's laughing, and the director goes, okay, faster. I was like, oh. So then we get going at it, and it just went so downhill from there. Like, it was just, and that's when I was like, wow, this is my job. This is what I do. I have a lot of those moments, though. I'm pretty lucky. But my favorite moment is when I tuck my kids in bed at night. Then that's kind of when I feel like I've had a pretty good life. Yeah.
What about you, Larson?
It's a similar thing on a much smaller scale because I'm alone in a dark room with no windows. And piece of stale bread. But this is weird to say too. I don't really know how to explain it. But when I'm typing something and I type something, and I'm like, oh wow, where did that come from? Because that's really funny. Like in Ponyville Confidential, when Rarity is confronting Sweetie Belle and is saying all these things like, you know, A2 Sweetie Belle, and the gilded pages of your betrayal and things like that. It's not something I'm thinking to write. I just write it. It's like, oh my God, that's really funny. And it's those surprise moments where I'll write something that surprised me. That I love. The rest of it is awful, but those moments are great.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you.
That's a great question.
Your turn, please.
Okay, so...
I was going to say, you had something...
Don't put it on. You might
What's your
be hard to
question, darling?
understand.
What's your question?
Okay, so how long did that take to make the animation?
How long does it take to draw it and everything? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
The writing process takes quite a long time. The recording process is we do an episode of My Little Pony in a 4-hour session. Usually we can record one episode, but then we might have other sessions after to go in to fix things or if scenes are rewritten. And then it goes off, and sometimes it takes months.
Yeah, long time.
Very long time.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Hard work.
Over here. Thank you.
Very nervous. The question is for Mrs. Oliver.
Yes.
How do you do, in what order do you do the voice recording and the animation? Which one comes first?
Well, in animation and voice acting, there's predominantly 2 styles of cartoons, right? There's prelay, which is what My Little Pony would be categorized under, and then there's anime, which for us in North America, we get the pictures, the final product already, and we have to make the words fit the flaps of another language. My Little Pony, we do the voice recording, and that goes off to the animators, and they animate off us. So if we're doing a scene where maybe she decides to take a breath after every word, then the animator will have to do the, right? So those are things that we can, or how we laugh, or whether, Princess Celestia startles up from a nap and blurts something out, and how she would blurt that out. And
Oh, you mean like in season 5?
yeah.
I know the scene she's talking about.
I got in so much trouble. I really hope it comes out how I wanted it to come out. So yeah, they animate off of us. So we have the script, we get our ideas, and then we have to lift the words and the ideas off the page. So if you're doing a cartoon show like where you're running, so you might be, wait, I can't, I'm trying to, that, we create all those sounds to bring that scene to life, right? And that gets animated that way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
This answer is going to your booth.
Question, you mean?
It's all right.
What inspiration do you have for making My Little Pony?
Do you mean what do we use to get ourselves into the character or to write the words? Is that what you mean? Like what helps us be creative?
Yeah.
I just need to think of my children, William and Grady, and I'm there. When I sang the song to Twilight, say my father-in-law was in the hospital and he died shortly thereafter, and I was an absolute mess at the recording session, and I had to go sing that song. So I had a lot of stuff to work with. I thought about singing to my father-in-law in his hospital bed. So yeah, you use a lot of stuff around you to inspire you, but my kids.
It's evolved quite a bit on the show because now we're on season 5. In season 1, we would use Lauren's Bible.
Yeah.
You know, I would read this Bible, it's just the show. There's a document that's the entire show. And I would read through it and think, oh, that's kind of an interesting thing. Can I come up with an idea of an episode for that? But now it's far enough along that we know the characters well enough that you just think, oh, this character would do that, and that would be a really good episode.
Like go bowling.
Like go bowling.
With
yeah.
Discord.
And then Scorpion comes in with his new lady.
Yeah, and then they have like a throwdown, and then
Discord v Scorpion.
and then we do like a West Side Story, kind of dance and sing off in the back
You just
alley.
want to sing. That's all you want is to sing. Song, song, song. All right, fine. It's a musical.
Okay. MLP, the Broadway musical.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
I wanted to ask, what is the favorite line from you both that you ever voiced or written?
Favorite line?
Yeah.
Probably from Sonic Rainboom when Rarity says, "Look upon me, Equestria, for I am Rarity." I love that line. Have you ever seen the show?
Yeah. Favorite line. Well, I miss Dear Princess Celestia. So.
Me too.
Anytime I get to yell at Discord, that's always fun. But you know, my favorite lines to say were as cheerily when the schmoopy doopy. That was redonk. It was great. I loved it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your turn, please.
Yes. Mic test, mic test. In one of the most recent episodes, Tradia, there was a character in a wheelchair because his back legs weren't working or whatever you want to call it. Is there some sort of story behind that?
I didn't work on season 4. I don't know the answer. Sorry.
I do know in season 4, I know Mitch said they don't look at the fan fiction, but I do know that the producers of the show have tried to every once in a while appeal to all of you and put in characters, right, that kind of are around. So continue to look at background ponies. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, they will. Don't worry.
He just looks like LC, so I was kind of interested in it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a story behind it. I just don't know it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, please.
Hello.
Hello.
This question goes to the both of you. Since this GalaCon is so retro-oriented and such, is there any particular retro game from the 70s, 80s, or 90s that you liked to play as a child?
Are you calling me retro? I'm just wondering. Just joking. I'm joking, darling. Retro games?
Yes.
Oh man, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Centipede, I had an Atari. You remember those with the, anyone? No?
There was a time when computers did not just fit in the palm of your hand. Took up a whole room.
What retro things? I love old movies. I love old TV shows. I love, everything that's new right now is actually redone, stolen from, so.
Including My Little Pony.
Including My Little Pony.
I spent many years playing Mario Kart and GoldenEye.
Yes.
Those are my two. Donkey Kong forever, always Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, oh my God. Yeah.
And I have, if you open my cabinet now, there's a NES and a 64 and a PlayStation, which I don't ever use. I kind of stopped playing games after that, because how are you going to beat those two games? But I still have played my Nintendo, my NES a lot. I like ice hockey. Pitfall, which is my autograph card. Love that game. Yeah, all those. But probably Mario Kart and GoldenEye are the two.
What's your favorite retro game?
Mega Man.
All right.
Great game.
Yeah, great game. That's a great game.
Love Mega Man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, please.
Good day.
Hello.
My question is for both of you, but mostly for Nicole, since she is a voice actor. I'm wondering if there is some any character whatsoever that you'd like to voice, like any of them.
Any character? On our show, on My Little Pony, you're saying, or in all of animation?
DreamWorks, whatsoever.
Oh wow!
Like
the world is your oyster.
Your dream role.
Well, I did get to do one of my dreams. I did Tom and Jerry. I did Mrs. Two Shoes. All you ever see is her big legs, right? So I did her for a few seasons, and and that's June Allison started that character, so that was really fantastic. I'm one of 5 Mrs. Two Shoes ever.
Oh wow!
And so she's Thomas, give me that mouse, Thomas. Thomas, get that mouse for me. Oh, Thomas, you're such a good putty cat. Yeah.
And Mr. Awesome?
If I was going to do a voice,
Yes.
I would do this one. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure Pete and you will be very pleased.
I don't think he would.
Hello.
Hello.
I suppose my question is a bit difficult, so I would like to start with introduction. It'll be over in 10 seconds flat. So, as we know, all ponies in Equestria are kind by heart, by nature. And there is one character I don't completely understand. The Queen Chrysalis. She is an Alicorn, but she is somewhat evil. So what in the nation happened to her? What's her story? Why is she evil?
Chrysalis.
Yes.
Oh.
How did she become who she is?
She had
How
menopause.
she got where she is? What evil corrupted her so much?
What happened to Chrysalis?
Trying to make something up in my head here.
Well,
Again. Megan wrote that episode, so I don't know, but...
I was going to say she was going through menopause, but...
Celestia used to bully her when they were in school together.
Yeah. Yeah. She wanted to go out with my boyfriend, Tirak, and Scorpan, and all my other boyfriends, and she wanted to go out with, yeah.
All those holes in her are...
Joke. Well.
What?
I don't really know what it is. I mean, I think,
I have no idea.
sometimes for actors, when you get the scripts, we always create something what's called a moment before, whether it's on camera or in voice. You need to know what's just happened before this scene. So that you're, when you walk into a room, you walk in with energy. You're coming from somewhere. So for acting all the time, it's like, where's my character just been? What's just happened to her or him? How is that going to inform what we're about to play? Sometimes we just don't know. So we have to make stuff up so it makes sense to us. And sometimes we're just never told. And we ask the questions, and often sometimes the answers, well, most times the answer we get is, I don't know, just do the line.
And it's strange for us, too, because I've never written Queen Chrysalis. I don't really know much about her. Megan wrote that episode. So in terms of, our experiences are so segmented. I write whatever 4 or 5 episodes a season, then the other writers write the other ones. For you guys, it's all one big piece.
Linear piece, yeah.
So I don't know what Megan was thinking with her, or if Megan has an idea of her backstory.
And will we get some, some light? Will you shed some light in season 5 or in the seasons to come?
We don't know. We can't talk about it.
Okay. And may I ask one more question?
No. Sorry, but we're short on time, my good sir.
Sorry, darling.
Sorry, short on time.
If you look at the holes in Chrysalis's legs, they're the perfect shape of Celestia's hooves.
Well, that explains a lot. So go ahead, please.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Eric Portugal. I'm from Switzerland. And I have a question for Mr. M.A. Larson. It's not much of a pony question.
Okay.
So I like to write stories, mostly short stories, and I started to write a book. I have the idea for that, but most of the time I don't know where to start or how to get there or how should I write it, and this frustrates me sometimes. And maybe you have a good advice for me.
It's one of the freakiest things with writing a book is it's just endless possibilities, too many possibilities. With a script, for a My Little Pony script, you've got 30 pages. By the end of the 10th page, the act needs to end. By the end of the 20th page, there's clear
Structure,
things that have to happen. In a book, it's just limitless, and it's terrifying because every time you make a decision, you're thinking, is there another decision I could have made that would have been better? And so some good advice I got was start with the ending and work back, so you have somewhere to get to. There's a thing in screenwriting about they break down the structure. There's the act breaks, and then there's the midpoint. It's just putting more and more flags up that you need to get to, so the distance between them is shorter. If that makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, it does.
I think it does.
I got it.
Yeah, you're just trying to get from this point to this point to this point, and you want the distance between those points to be as small as possible. So the more structure you can put into it, the better, I think.
Drop more breadcrumbs on your story, too.
Yes. For instance, on My Little Pony, when we would break a story down, we would get index cards, we'd put up the act breaks, and then we'd try to fill in, okay, so how do we get to there? Put another card. How do we get from there to there? Put in another card. You know what I mean? Like, just fill it in like that, just so you have something to hang everything on. So start with the ending.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you. Welcome.
Buy his book.
All right. You have the honor of the last question.
Come on up. Hi, what's your name? How old are you? 14. That's for you. Go back and ask your question, yo.
So go ahead.
This is a question for both of you. Do you have much merchandise from shows except for what's in your huge bag there?
Well, this is just my purse with my crap for life in it. It has nothing to do with the show. You crazy people give us lots of gifts. You don't need to do that. It's very generous of you. I have a couple of things. I do buy some things in the store because I have my own home office, and so I have my Princess Equestria, my Equestria Girls, Princess Celestia, human and pony, and I have my Zoe Trent, and I have some of the Barbie characters I've done, and I have frame stills from some movies I've done. So we have, what you might call swag, but it's not all given. Some of it we buy. I buy for myself. So, yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it's purchased. They don't give us that stuff. I have one copy of I don't know if you saw it here, of the Bridal Maids poster. Did you guys have that here? Is that just in the States?
Yeah, I saw it.
You know what I'm talking about? I had one of those, but I had to like request it and call and say, can I get it? I really want it, and then I finally got it. But everything else I had to buy myself, go to the store, or get from you guys at conventions, which is amazing, and usually a lot better quality.
It's the bells, Mitch. It's the bells.
But other shows I've written on, I have to go buy it myself, and I do, because it's cool to have, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's kind of cool to see a doll
Yeah.
of something you've done. It's kind of cool. And I mean, I did a character named Twyla in the 12 Dancing Princesses. She was a little cat. She talked like this all the time, and she had meow. And I had to actually record that. And when you buy the doll, that other company that doesn't start with an H, starts with an M, ends with an L, called Mattel, sent me a toy. And when you pull the cat's head back, Twyla blinks and she goes meow, and it's my voice coming out of this mass-produced doll. That was kind of cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm afraid we're out of time.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, thank you for your question. Oh, what?
I think we owe one big round of applause to these two fantastic people.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dankeschön. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Yeah.
Thank you for having us and for everything, and we'll see you guys around.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Take care, everyone.